Man, are we okay over here? Is everything cool, man? What's up? Get this out of here. There we go. We good. What up, people? My people, my people, my people. We in the building. Who's in the building? Is the mic up loud enough? What's going on, guys? How y'all doing? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to the Tim Black Show. Wow, we back at it, yo. Check this out. I want to say what's up to my moderators, Nene, Rain of Tears, and Elizabeth. Honorable mention to the OG moderators, Black Mamba, Ebony, and Buck Beauty. Y'all give it up for them. Yeah. That's right. We in the house. My people, they came through anyway. Heard they were shooting in the parking lot. I'm glad y'all made it in. What is going on? I'd have left, but you know, hey, you adventurous. You brave. I like a brave people. I like brave people. Man, what's happening, y'all? Man, I'm trying to tell y'all, man. We got a lot to get to tonight, man. I got a show for us tonight. And all I got to do, look, the show going to be banging. The topics are going to be hitting. All I got to do is be honest. All I got to do is be me. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got to do, fam. We're on Facebook. We're on X. We're on YouTube, of course. We're other places, too. I forget the names. Man, I can't believe it's already June, man. It don't feel like it yet, though. It don't feel like it yet, fam. It don't feel like it. But it is. Kids happy as hell, man. The kids happy. My kids ready for the summer, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. I don't know where they're going to move at, but they need to go ahead and pack their bags. I ain't ready for them to be home all day. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Put them in a camp. Workers camp. Make them work off all that energy. See, when I was that young, my people used to make me go help granddaddy with the garden. Go break these string beans. That should be fun for like 20 minutes. After that, it was work. It was work. Yeah, man. This is farm I like, man. It's called Farming While Beige. Farming While Beige. Blackbird Coop. www. I know, I like him, man. Not just because he's in Maryland. That's part of it. Black man with a farm. I like it, man. Him and his partners. He's got a lot of content out there, man. Funny dude. Funny. Interesting. Smart guy, too. Smart. Not a grifter. I like that fact he's not a grifter. Not even grifting people. He's like, look, you don't want to do what I'm doing. You don't want to do this. People are like, oh, I want to be a farmer. He be like, no. Look, don't listen. Do a little, plant some stuff in your backyard. See what you think. Before you stick your big toe. Before you go taking out loans and shit. Won't you make sure this is something you really want to do? Because, see, TV and Hollywood be romanticizing everything, making you think it's amazing. You get in, they'll make you thinking something, they'll have you thinking something's amazing. You'll quit your life, your job, throw your life into it. And 6 months later, have your lips wrapped around the tailpipe. Or a shotgun barrel. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, Hollywood be lying to y'all. Hollywood lies. Evil has no gender. That's right. Evil has no gender, neither do your dreams. Some dreams become nightmares, fam. That's a Meek Mill album, ain't it? So we got the Tim Black. Damn. We have the Tim Black Wolfpack in the building, man. These are the people that help keep the lights on. I want to say what's up to the Wolfpack, man. How y'all doing? I got a disturbing comment the other day. So white gentleman said, Tim Black, I like your content, but it scares me. You look scary. You look so scary. You look scary. Shut your punk ass up. I look black. I am black, dumbass. If a white boy was sitting here, you wouldn't be saying nothing. See, you're a racist and you don't know it. You know, if Bill Burr's pasty white ass was sitting in this chair, you'd be like, look how cool Bill is. Bill's cool. He's a badass. He's a badass. Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would. Cut the shit. I see through you. I know you better than you know you. Yeah, that's true. Black people know white people better than white people know white people. You know why? Because we got to know you to survive. Knowing you is what keeps us alive. You ain't never had to know black people to stay alive. You might have to know how to run if you lived in the wrong neighborhood. But I'm just saying, generally speaking, it's always somebody with a one-off. I used to get beat up every day. Now, the reason why you got beat up every day is because you lived around broke, very poor black people. That's what that was. That was economics. They used to beat up black people too. You act like nobody black got their ass kicked. Like you was like his owner just beat him up. This is a white boy, get him. Trying to make it sound like it's equatable to the South or to the North. Bensonhurst shit. I'm all over the place, but I got a point. The point is, he was scared. He said, Tim Black, I want to watch your content. I like your straight shooter style and no bullshit. I was like, well, I use the word bullshit, all right. I like it. Brutal honesty, I like it, but your background is so mean. It's so mean. You know, it makes me feel uneasy. And then you wear the dark colors. See, that's why you can't be too nice to people, man. I say, go on. You hear the dark colors. Like, oh, keep on talking. I'm reading this shit on my phone. Like, dark colors, dark set. Go ahead, keep going. Go ahead, say it. And your aesthetics are dark. Yeah, you mean dark skin, don't you, motherfucker? I know that's what you're thinking. If I was white as Amy Schumer, you wouldn't be saying that. You'd be like, she looks so sleek. If I was white as Keanu Reeves, you wouldn't say that. Keanu Reeves was in all black. You'd be like, Men in Black. It'd be Tim Black in black. You'd be like, oh shit. Click. You'd be locking your doors, and I'm on the internet, you be locking the doors. Calling the police. I feel unsafe. With Tim Black. That's why tonight the show is stop being so nice. Yeah, stop being so nice to people, man. These people, they just people, man. They people, they got their own agendas. And you know, black people particularly, man, we gotta stop being so nice. We do, man. We're too damn nice. I know the world tells you we're mean and hostile and aggressive. If black people were aggressive, we would be at war. If we were violent, we would be at war. Shit. We are too nice. We let shit go. Last time I checked, every time I turn around and be a black person talking about inviting somebody white to the cookout. When was the last time you heard white people talking about inviting black people to the cookout? Last time white people invited black people to the cookout, we was on the menu. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Now, I know that's not everybody. I got some cool people that I've known. But I'm saying generally, it's like a running thing in the black community. If he can come to the cookout, if he can come to the cookout, she can come to the cookout. Shit, she done, Paula Dean done fed everybody at the cookout. Come on to the cookout. When we go to your cookouts, we end up Jim Jones. Why would Jim Jones name himself Jim Jones? Don't make no damn sense. You know he's a killer, don't you? All right, man. We about to get serious, though. We about to get serious. We're about to get serious. Where we at here, man? People in the house. Anybody tuned in? Well, I got to come see y'all. Shit. Where everybody at? Stop playing with me, man. Where everybody at, man? What's up? All right, what's up? All right. I'm talking loud like you in the room and shit. Cut the TV there. If I didn't care. That's what I feel like doing when I got this jacket on and shit. If I didn't care. We got content, man. We're going to talk about a number of stories today to get you hooked up. Let's get into it. Let's get serious now. I got number love for you. Now, look. Let me put this address up here. Let me pass the collection plate shit. Let me do that. Let me pass the collection plate, Johnson. Here we go. Support independent media. Stop playing them. Stop playing games. Yeah. Tonight's show is brought to you by Saga Metals. That's my sponsor. At least I hope they are. They may have dropped me. I don't know. I ain't heard from them in a while. But right now, I'm assuming they're my sponsor. Hi, Saga Metals. Give it up for Saga Metals. Go in the description box below after this show and you will find links. Oh, I knew it was something I meant to do. I didn't do it. It's okay. So now, what are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, we're going to jump into our content now for the day. I want to get things cracking, get things moving. I will take a look in the comments section, but we got to get things going. People, I'm late, so we got to move it. Let's see where we are. That's moving so damn fast. I want to thank those people that support the show by going to TimBlackTV.com or finding me on Patreon or joining us here on the YouTube or the X or the Facebook. We're getting a lot of traction on Facebook lately. I don't know. Well, people hate watching me. They hate watching me, but they got to do it. You know, they're addicted to it. I think they watch me to get their blood pressure up, you know? Keeps them in the game. They be mad as hell. People don't like hearing the truth being told. Both Democrats and conservatives. You know what's bad when you get both sides mad at you. I be feeling like MLK up in this motherfucker. Both sides mad at me. That must be him doing something right. Y'all ready? Yeah, both sides ain't mad at you. You ain't doing your damn job. Yeah. That's what it look like, fam. One, two, 1, 2. Here we go.
Next up with Tim Black.
19-year-old Karmelo Anthony is charged with the murder of Austin Metcalf. Police say the stabbing happened at a Frisco ISD track meet last April after some kind of a verbal confrontation between the two. If he's convicted, Anthony faces a possible life sentence.
Now our JD Miles has been in the courthouse today in McKinney, and he joins us with an update on how jury selection's going. JD.
Karen, the judge has released the 589 prospective jurors who were brought here to the courthouse this morning. He says he plans to bring back less than half of that on Wednesday for another round of questioning by lawyers. The judge says he believes he can get a jury of 12 in place for opening statements to begin on Thursday.
Now, JD, this case has attracted a lot of attention, both in North Texas and beyond, with a lot of it involving race and whether it may have played a role in this crime. So how is that affecting the trial?
Karen, as we know, there's a lot of passion and emotion, both within the local community and on social media among outside voices. Authorities have certainly taken notice of that, and security around the courthouse this morning, they made it more secure than I've ever seen it since it was built. There were barricades blocking access by vehicles. There were aerial cameras on towers all along the property, and of course armed sheriff's deputies at every corner to make sure there were no disruptions. We did see a handful, less than a dozen demonstrators outside on the perimeter of the property, waving flags and carrying signs. Inside the courtroom, where we were privy to a live video feed, there were a lot of social media influencers who were among us watching the jury selection process, who will of course be posting about it.
JD, talk to us a little bit about jury selection. How did it go today?
Well, Ken, a lot of the day's jury selection was focused on getting personal information from these prospective jurors. The judge also gave them a presentation on how evidence works and the importance of being fair, but the primary objective here was to get the jurors to fill out a 3-page questionnaire, which they will have to fill out before they can leave here today. That will give the prosecution, defense, and judge more time. There are not going to be any proceedings tomorrow, so they can look over those questionnaires and decide who should be brought back for that second round of questioning when the prospective jury pool is cut down to around 250 people.
All right, J.D. Miles, we know that you are in it for the long haul here covering this trial, so we're going to hear a whole lot more from you, not just tonight, but really throughout the length and the duration of this trial. Thank you very much for that live report, J.D.
Yep. All right, now it's that time, y'all. We knew what was going to happen. You know, we covered the Karmelo Anthony case extensively here last year when it took place. And I got to tell you, fam, I am expecting this to be a very volatile story, one of those stories that everything's going to stop for a couple weeks. Tensions are high. That's an understatement, fam. I can see it now. It's already, starting to dust up. It's amazing what happens when you throw a racial element into a story. I mean, any story. And that's what this is, definitely. Often, when I started covering this story last year when it took place, there were notable people that you wouldn't believe they were on the wrong side of this thing. And what I consider the wrong side is anybody who made their mind up totally about what happened. See, I don't totally know what happened, but I had people such as Eddie Griffin that I didn't expect to be so disappointing. There were others that were very disappointing when it came to Karmelo Anthony. And that's part of the reason why tonight's topic is, or title is, Stop Being So Nice. Yeah, I'm going to chop it up to being nice here, Mr. Griffin. Because that's the only way I could explain it. Or maybe he just thought it was time to throw the conservative whites a bone. You know what I don't see? I don't see conservative whites throwing us a bone about, violence against us. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, when the shoe's on the other foot, I don't see much people being sacrificial, being diplomatic, so to speak. And I'm tired of black people being so damn diplomatic. No, if the evidence comes out and it shows that Karmelo Anthony was an aggressor, that he was not provoked, that he was not fighting for the fear of his life, that he was not defending himself. I mean, for God's sake, we got this guy, Chud the garbage man Chud. He shot a black man in front of the courthouse in broad daylight. And we got people defending him when he was posting online that he was going to shoot a nigga. Then he shoots a brother, and they still defend him. But I got soft-ass black folks who I'm trying to figure out what it is. Now, because it's Eddie Griffin, I want to give him a break. But see, that's me being too damn nice. So I'm going to take my own medicine. I'm going to say, Eddie Griffin, course correct immediately. If you come out this time, if you come out now that this trial's going on, it's going down with that bullshit, placating your goofy fan base, of rednecks and forgetting who put you where you are? Wasn't no black people, wasn't that many white people going to see your ass when you was Eddie and Eddie or whatever that was? Malcolm and Eddie? Yeah, I don't think a lot of white people was watching that shit. Get your head right. All that blinking and shit, playing a pimp. It's an old saying, dance with the one you came with. We your dance partner, fool. So anyway, back to the story. So what we will be doing. On my channel, I've got 15 videos covering this. There is no new information. What we have are a lot of people putting out content that is already put out. But I have videos around the 30, 40,000 range. That's 40, 30,000 views on several videos surrounding Karmelo Anthony. Because when I was supporting him, it was Trump time around these motherfuckers, and they weren't trying to stand up for a brother. See, that's how news is. It matters when it hits. See, at that time, there were people making money off kissing Trump's ass. They didn't want to go against that for this 18-year-old kid. Now he's 19. They didn't want to go against that for Carmelo Anthony. So they made a lot of reckless comments. Now we have the usual suspects, Candace Owens, Officer Scratum. We had those kind. We know what they're going to do. They're not going to call it straight. And that's not to say I know exactly what's going to happen in this trial. Family, we have not been given the evidence for everything that took place. In fact, the only evidence that was released, the footage, is blurry as hell. It's I don't know, it's 5 drinks, 5 Hennessy's in blurry. You know what I'm saying? So you couldn't see anything from that CCTV footage from across a fucking football field is all we had to go on as far as eyewitnesses. And we know it's going to be a lot of footage because there were a lot of young people there at that track meet. Knowing that, I'm sure we're going to get more evidence. So we're going to pump our brakes, but we're going to take in the evidence that we do have. But until then, innocent until proven guilty. Isn't that what they always tell us? The young man is facing serious charges. 5 to 99 years in jail if he's convicted on all counts. This is not the time for your punk ass to be nice. Now's the time to have his back until he proves you otherwise. How about that? But some of y'all, man, if it wasn't for friends like you, I don't need no enemies. You be doing their work for them. All right, so anything else here? I think that's all we got on it. Oh, before we proceed, can I say something? I don't want to mock the Lord, but I will say this. Tonight, folks, could you do us, or could you do Carmelo Anthony and his family a favor and pray they get rid of that dude who got no reason at all being around this case, making it harder for him. Please step off. Whoever this guy is, he's not even a lawyer. What does he do? I wish the old Martin was back because he'd tell you to get to stepping. All right, it is what it is. Anyway, if you want to know who I'm referring to, it's in my notes. It's in all the videos. I covered it extensively. Once again, go to the YouTube channel. We've got a playlist. In fact, man, let me stop playing, man. I'm supposed to put this shit up here. Damn it. I was supposed to put it in the thing. Bear with me, guys. I got to tag this. It's the least I could do. You know, because if I don't put it up, it might not make it. Here we go. So I have an entire playlist, and I don't know how to share the screen with you. But let's see. Here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share it. I'm going to go here on YouTube. I guess I can put it in chat. I don't know if I can pin it from here, but I think I just pinned it. Oh shit. I don't know what that does. Is you can click that and get to my playlist? Well, I'll leave it up there for a couple of seconds while we round out this segment. It's amazing. I sound like Jesse Lee. All right. So that's the link to the Karmelo Anthony playlist. It gives you all the content that brings you up to speed totally on the story. Once again, it's a serious, very serious case where a young man, according to him, in his defense, was defending himself against an aggressive, bigger teenager. And the result was that that young man, Austin Metcalf, was stabbed to death. That's what the case is. Now, was that intentional? Was it premeditated? What took place? We'll have to find out. We will have to see. But what I will not do is throw him under the bus. And we got conservatives that still are convinced Zimmerman was justified. Don't talk to me. Don't come in here with your moral grandstanding. All right. But Tim, two wrongs don't make a right. Innocent till proven guilty. Next story. And once again, stop being so damn nice. You know what? I don't even think it's nice. I think it's self-serving bullshit and ignorant. See, it's one of those. You're not being nice. You're being self-serving. You're being cowardly. Or you're being ignorant. You think if you're good to people, they'll be good to you. That's how America was stolen from the Indians, from the Native Americans, and the indigenous. All right, y'all ready? Let's keep it going, y'all. I told y'all, man, I don't got time to play with y'all. The topic's right there, man. The theme of the show, we ain't playing with y'all. I'm not playing. We're going for big air tonight. But I can't say rest in peace. I can say that. Rest in peace to Austin Metcalf, and my condolences to his family. But we'll see what happens. I still don't know if Mr. Austin Metcalf had a record. I have no idea. I know he's from a broken home. I don't know what kind of young man he was. Was there any drugs in his system? I don't know any of these things. I have to find out. Next. Amazingly, some people don't.
Next up with Tim Black.
Well, damn. Hopefully that's a glitch. Hopefully.
Breaking news here at 6. One person is dead after a stabbing on a MARTA train. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Candace McCowan. It happened in the middle of the day, and MARTA says it appears to be a random attack. Channel 2's Aaron Rogers is live at the Oakland City stop in southwest Atlanta. And Aaron, you spoke to MARTA police and also some commuters.
I did, and let me show you, Candace. You can see this sign. It says fare gates closed for construction. These black gates are up as MARTA switches over their Breeze card system. Now, I talked to riders and MARTA police, and they say ever since the rides here on MARTA have been free, well, they have seen a lot more activity. And around noon today, MARTA says their police responded to a stabbing on the train. When they got there, MARTA police and medics tried to save the woman, but she did die shortly after from her injuries. MARTA says it appears to be a senseless and random act of violence. Now, you may remember last Sunday, I covered a stabbing at the Georgia State stop. That one happened in the middle of the day, too, 1:30 in the afternoon. A man called police saying he had been stabbed several times on the platform there. MARTA says they are committed to safety and security for their riders. But some riders I spoke to say they would like to see a heavier security presence.
These trains, sometimes you see the police on the train, sometimes you don't. There's always something going on, so you got to watch your surroundings, no matter where you are and whenever you are.
Now, MARTA says that they arrested that suspect immediately, and now police are investigating. I also reached out to MARTA to get an update on that Georgia State stop investigation. I'm working on that for WSB tonight at 11. Reporting live in Southwest Atlanta at the Oakland City MARTA stop, I'm Erin Rogers, Channel 2 Action News.
Okay. Pictured here is Margaret Swan. Margaret Swan is the victim of a stabbing that took place on this MARTA railway. 66-year-old woman described as a mother, a grandmother, and a great-grandmother. She was stabbed 18 to 20 times. According to authorities, it appears to be a random, meaning no reason, meaning unprovoked. Suspect approached her. Witnesses and officers tried to help, but she died at the scene. Suspect, John Elijah Matthews, 25. He allegedly stabbed Miss Swan repeatedly and held her down until the train stopped. Witnesses pointed him out, described as a man in an orange shirt, to patrolling MARTA police, who arrested him immediately at the station. He faces murder charges, waived his initial court appearance, and is in Fulton County Jail. They have surveillance footage of the whole heinous act. I'm not going to show it. The clips that are released do not show the stabbing, but they do show him. MARTA police were already patrolling the station, which helped with a quick response. It just wasn't quick enough. As you heard the reporter say, it was the second such stabbing in less than a week, raising rider concerns about safety, free fare policies, and calls for police presence. And for the record, this is where the FIFA Cup, the FIFA World Cup in Atlanta, remember? Yeah, so they would like to clean this up before that happens. Have ourselves an international incident. Because it's okay if American citizens get stabbed to death. We wouldn't want any foreigners to get stabbed to death. You know, guessed. Like the young woman who was stabbed from Ukraine. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I was very excited about covering this. Because I'm noticing not a lot of publicity. Yeah, every time I turn around and get myself there'll be people on Facebook telling me how we only care about death when it's a cop killing us or someone white killing us. Looks like you don't care who kills us at all, whether it's you or us. I mean, at the end of the day, we care no matter who kills us. I mean, I know I do. But I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about the media. Yeah, the media didn't cover this really. How many people heard about this? This is the second stabbing in Atlanta like this in the week. And they just so happened to open up the floodgates to let people get on the train for free. So what's happening when you let people on the train for free? You get homeless people who have no place to go riding the train for free. Some of those homeless people, because of the policies of our U.S. government and our state governments, haven't had the adequate medical treatment. Some of them are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. This one was attacked by an insane person. Sort of like what happened with, I don't want to mispronounce her name. I'm thinking, let me not guess it. The young woman who was a victim, right? I'm not saying she wasn't a victim. What I'm saying is this woman is a victim too. We covered the white Ukrainian blonde woman as if the world was on fire. Meanwhile, 3 months earlier, there was an actual human being in the New York subway substation, who literally was on fire. It was crazy. The woman that was on fire got less coverage than the Ukrainian who's not even a U.S. citizen. Both were victims. But some victims are worth more than other victims. Shout out to Patrice O'Neal. He was right. Oh, Madeline. I forget who the lady's name was. It's a very important segment. Elephant in the room. Patrice O'Neal's last stand-up. He talked about how valuable white women were and how valueless to America in general black women are. You know, when it comes to victim. Yeah. I never hear them say white people play victim. It's like it's only for us. I've never heard anyone ever say victim mentality about white people. Never happens. It's never white people. It never exists. See, that's why I say no more being nice. If you got a friend or a loved one that has a tendency to always kiss ass, have them watch this show. I'll help fix that. Yeah, they'll either want to beat my ass or they're going to change. Or they'll stop watching. They could always do that. The point is, fam, 3 things are horrible. All 3 incidents are horrible incidents. The woman that was set on fire in New York, the woman that was stabbed, and I forget where it was, the Ukrainian woman, the white Ukrainian woman who was stabbed, and this black woman, grandmother, mother, great-grandmother, stabbed to death, stabbed 20 times. All 3 are victims. All 3 deserve coverage. All 3 were killed by a person with a mental issue, right? All 3. No one says, hey, maybe we should do something about our mental issues. Maybe we should do something about the homeless people who are mentally disturbed. No. We talk about it for a minute and we keep it moving. And then just wait for it to happen again. And then we go at each other and attack one another. And Fox News makes a lot of money and MS Now makes a lot of money. And good people just keep dying. Get it? Until the world gets it, I'm not going to throw black people under the bus to make people feel better. Now, I'm going to point out the hypocrisy, but for the record, I'd really like us to do something about mental health. What's the number? Like 1 out of 5 American U.S. citizens is on some type of medication, mind-altering medication. Even more if you count people that are not being given, a doctor's treatment. You know what I'm saying? Because you can find other ways to medicate yourself, right? So I'm just pointing out the obvious that our government and our politicians seem not to give a shit about. All right. My condolences to Miss Swan. Next.
Next up with Tim Black.
Chinese people have been up to fuck shit, so here I am. People in China have posted videos of themselves physically abusing black dolls. Like it's normal behavior, and they're just like, oh, this is what I do after a stressful day at work. Are you out of your mind? What have black people ever done to you? Have you ever met one? Have you ever met one and not acted like a complete weirdo around them? Have you actually ever had a black friend? Probably not. But today I wanted to talk about where a lot of the anti-blackness in Chinese culture comes from, specifically Chinese. First, there's our language, the way we talk about the sun, going out in the sun. The 不要 sai hate is something that every Chinese kid has heard from their parents. It literally means do not turn black. Colloquially, it means do not get tan, but verbatim, word for word, it means do not turn black. Oh yeah, and if you get too tan, your parents will say that you look like a black person as an insult. I don't want to hear any of you saying this to your kids. If you hear any of your friends saying it to their kids, say something about it. If your parents say it to you, say something about it. We can talk about protecting our skin from harmful UVA and UVB rays without resorting to racism. Not wanting to get skin cancer is race neutral, is not colorist, but saying you got so dark you look like a black person, that's really weird. And every Chinese person has heard it at least once. Chinese people as a collective have also learned anti-blackness from their colonizers, like from our mutual hater. They think that shitting on black people will somehow make them whiter. Like, I hear Chinese people in China and in the US just parroting the most harmful stereotypes that white people had just made up about black people. When white people aren't even saying those things anymore, they have learned neoliberalism. They have learned to say, I don't see color. They've learned to hide their racism at least a little better. And then Chinese people are out here doing the work for white people. Thought we were done with the century of humiliation. What are you guys doing? And this is hurting actual Chinese and black people inside our community. There are black and Chinese mixed people who y'all don't even consider Chinese because they have African ancestry. So it's causing us to cannibalize our own. I know I spend a lot of my time on this app like shitting on K-pop groups for being racist, but Chinese people have no excuse this time. You shaguas better get online and start apologizing, or else 我去中国找你.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, you know? And yes, I know it's just a drop in the bucket. But a drop in the bucket is better than no drops in the bucket. You know what I'm saying? We need people that speak up and tell the truth no matter who they are. And I appreciate this young woman speaking up and telling the truth. There goes your black, brown, and I don't know, your people of color coalition. People of color. No one considers themselves people of color except us. It's crazy. You know, I've grown to believe that all those little words, those acronyms, those sayings that liberals made up, they're just used to make us calm down, you know? Trying to keep us under control. Trying to dilute us. Yeah, that's it. Trying to, you know, because nobody else goes by. Nobody else wants to be associated with us. That's the killer, man. And I don't mean everybody. Remember, we never talk in absolutes here. We always talk in general, right? So I'm speaking generally. In generally, I don't think this woman's making it up. See, I use her clip because if I said it, you just go, you know, there are people that just dismiss it. A little harder to do when it's an actual Chinese person saying it for me. Yeah, there goes that old colorblind society thing. Damn, and Obama was elected and everything, and it still exists. Have you seen these clips that she's referring to? There are literal Asian people filming themselves, biting their heads off black baby-looking candy and stuff. I guess it's to show they don't like black people. Or to get hits on TikTok. I don't know. It's one of those. Or both of those. I mean, that's what they're doing, family, and it's a real thing, and that's why she's commenting on it, because it's really happening. I mean, she may be commenting on it to get views too, but sometimes you can do the right thing and get rewarded for it. Anyway, the point is this. Cut the shit. Stop defending these people, man. These people are horrible. Some of them, a lot of them are horrible. So tonight's motto is, stop being so damn nice. Yeah, make people earn your respect. And don't be kissing ass thinking it's going to change anything. These people were taught since they were kids not to be like you. Or me. Me. I didn't do anything to them. We didn't enslave them. We didn't bomb them. What did we do? We're sitting here in our country, fight for our independence. They come to America, take advantage of everything we died to give them, or we died to make happen in this country. And then they look at us and spit. And now, what's even worse is we got Democrats saying, we're a coalition. Yeah. Have you asked them if we're a coalition? When's the last time you asked the Asian community or the Chinese, Korean, Vietnamese, Thai, Filipino, like, have you asked those communities if they want to be in a coalition with black people? Because I got a feeling if they're being honest and there's no reprisal or nobody will know, they probably say, hell no. They're doing better than us. Why would they want to team up? Of course they want our fashion, our clothes. Of course they want our fashion sense, our dope taste in music. But, and our athletic abilities and other things. But after that, they're done. So anyway, once again, thank you for this clip. It's an amazing clip. I appreciate the sister putting it down, making it known. Stop being so goddamn nice. Next. Perfect. So tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my brother Torrance going to be here. That's right. Torrance going to join me for a special edition of the Tim Black Show. We're going to get together. We're going to talk about the Democratic Party and all the bullshit. See, the Democratic Party's gone too far, and we ain't saving them. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to have a good conversation about just how far behind the Democrats are and what this means for 2026 elections. We're also going to discuss in depth this whole people of color, this black-brown coalition bullshit. We're going to have a candid conversation. So be here or be nowhere. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, folks. I'd love to see you. Shout out to Torrin Walker on X and on Substack. Let's get it. Yeah. Torrance been putting it down lately on this topic, man. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time on this one. We're gonna be on X and Facebook and YouTube, all platforms.
What happens in these races often is these individuals focus on grass top blacks. They focus on the preachers, not the pews.
People like Al Green helps us to readjust, what the center looks like, what reasonable looks like in debates and also in negotiations. And so his voice and his cane will be mightily missed.
Because when your campaign raises 50, 60, 70, $100 million, and there's not one black millionaire that you created.
But when you ask us to show up and show out, when you ask us to vote like our lives depend on it, when you ask us, when you tell us this is the most consequential election of our lifetime, and all of that is true, what are you going to do for the people?
I need you to have the black agenda in front of you. And I need you to go through that and figure out which among those issues are you prepared to sponsor legislation on.
Yeah. Democratic leadership is saying, wait until the midterms. Wait until November. I don't want black people to wait and be behind the 8 ball another day.
What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words.
Man, can you believe this shit? I can't believe this is happening, fam. I feel like I woke up in an alternative universe. I'm afraid. What's going on? This is not the world I know. These hacks, these neoliberals. I don't know. I don't know if Bakar is a neoliberal. Let me tone it. Let me not call him that. Definitely a corporate tool. Hey, Bakari, aren't you an APAC baby? I mean, I'm just stating the obvious. What the fuck are you talking about? What's everybody? Why are people switching sides and changing up their music? Motherfucker, we was playing some old school 90s hip hop. And that's all we was jamming to. Maybe a little neo soul or, I don't know, little Case, little Erykah Badu, some Jill Scott, some Roots, some D'Angelo, maybe some Chico DeBarge. That's what we was on. And y'all was playing that classical music bullshit. Y'all was playing that country western shit. Bluegrass or what have you. I don't know what the fuck y'all was doing over there on the Native Pod. But now, everywhere I look, you guys have changed up your genre. Now, y'all trying to be revolutionary. All of a sudden, y'all ride or die for Black America. And I know that's that Andrew Gillum talking. Andrew Gillum. Step to the front, Andrew Gillum. Come here, Andrew. What the fuck could you talk about Black agendas? What are you doing, sir? You were a mayor of a city. Did you have a fucking Black agenda? I remember you having a white agenda. I mean, fetish. Hey, below the belt, you wish. You wish. Listen, it's relevant. You know why it's relevant? Because fuck you. Fuck y'all. You know, this fake co-op shit, look, man, it's one thing to be for 5 years straight. Go check my receipts. For 5 years, I've been on to the detriment of my wallet, of my safety, of everything. My popularity, my opportunities, everything. I was like, I'm crashing out on Black America. I'm crashing out on behalf of Black America. I started a Black Table, the Black Table podcast. Then I went to Calling It Out with Tim Black, and all I did was stand on business, calling out the Democrats, calling out racism, calling out the racial wealth gap. I brought on all these amazing people to discuss these issues, people that none of y'all would bring on your platforms. Why don't you... Look, we don't trust you. Tell Joy Reid the same thing. You don't get to beanstalk your way into this movement on some bullshit. You don't get to. And you know what? You know what? I can't control what you do, but I can tell you this: I'm gonna be a problem for you. Yeah, I'm gonna be a problem for you because you got some questions to answer. All of you have had larger platforms than me. All of you have been mainstream, international. Why didn't you bring on Dr. Sandy Durrity? Why didn't you bring on ADOS or Naheem or, Yvette Carnell or, hell, man, bring on Tariq Nasheed and Beef and disagree with him and call him out and give him an opportunity to reach more people, and you get an opportunity to confront him and question him. Like, what I'm saying is, you guys have had a platform where if you gave a shit about these topics that you're talking about, you would have addressed them on your platform. I'm not fooled by the fact you're doing it now. You're doing it now because the Democrats are out of power. You're doing it now because the popularity of Democrats has gone south. So it's easy now. You're not risking anything. Is that why Tiffany left? Well, I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. It's kind of coincidental. Hey, look. Cut the shit. This is garbage. Okay? You can't be sometimey on this. I lost too much, fought too hard, said too many uncomfortable things in mixed company to let y'all saunter in here in your corporate attire talking about reparations and Black agendas. No. Do this. Prove you down for it. Prove that you're real. Prove that you mean this shit. Prove it. Because I can't have you sending out a bunch of misinformation and gaslighting the black community on some BS. Your platforms are still too large for that. Get what I'm saying? So who cares what I think? Who cares about my sacrifice? Fuck me, right? What I'm saying is the people that I'm trying to reach and trying to advocate for, I can't run the risk of them confusing you for me. You have given up nothing. The fact you were willing to risk nothing, and this goes for Joy Reid's punk ass too, proves to me you ain't serious. Because if you're going to love black people like black people demand that you love them, you have to risk all that shit. And I know you're not willing to do that. You had a whole administration in government. You had the House, you had a president, you had a vice president. And y'all motherfuckers was quiet about black agendas. Angela, I know, Angela. I know you ain't fucking trying this. You interviewed Kamala how many times? And how many times did you grill her about a black agenda? She could have been the president of this country. How many times did you grill her about a black agenda? Now you're saying it because Trump's in office. We're not going for the nonsense, man. And as long as there are people like me and people that listen to people like me, we're going to stand in the gap and call y'all out for this bullshit. Unfortunately, I'm sure there are going to be some people going to be confused. But I'm going to be doing a lot of sweeping. I'm going to be doing several sweeps to enlighten them and give them the real information about what's going on. And it's not that I'm upset that you're saying it. It's that we don't believe you. Setting on business for Black America. It's not something you should just do when it's convenient. That's called grifting. You know, they be talking about conservatives grifting for like Russia. They were all on the take, taking money from different billionaires or millionaires, whatever it was. You remember that. They were saying how these white conservatives were grifters. I don't give a fuck about them. I care about us. And this, to me, is the worst kind of grifting. Because you're using this to grift on us. Because anything that you're talking about, any problems that the Black community has that you feel now you got to call out, those problems have existed well beyond the last 18 months. And I didn't hear you saying shit. You were quiet. And all I ask is that you say the same way. Quiet. Now get back to arguing about Mark Lamont Hill being on the Joe Budden podcast. Was that a setup just to help you guys get on the radar? Did y'all pay Joe Budden? Did you work that out with Mark ahead of time? That you guys are going to get a springboard by doing that shit? Because come to think of it, you guys are pretty much irrelevant until then. Imagine that. A hookup. Yeah, that's what I think happened. Yeah. It is what it is. Must be nice. Look, be that is, be that what it, be that whatever. I don't know. I can't call it, but I do know that when Bakari Sellers, when you were on TV, I don't hear you calling for this shit. And with your APAC money, I know you're not talking about people being confused. Andrew Gillum, you were in a position of power, and I don't remember you doing shit with it about Black agendas. Angela Rye, you sat across the table from one of the most powerful women in the history of women. You do realize that. And what came out your mouth? Dumb shit like playlist and what she likes to cook. I remember fluffy questions that meant nothing. And you're an attorney. You knew you were bullshitting. I don't want to hear this. You didn't know. You knew. Oh, man. That's it. Hey, look, Black America. Black America, we can't be falling for the okie doke. You know what I'm saying? We got to cut this shit. And look, no more being nice. They deserve the smoke. This shit is serious. We need to mobilize black grassroots. And another thing, last thing, cut this shit with the buzzwords. They're worried about they're talking to the preachers, not the pews. You be talking to the pews, or you be talking to the Jews and not the pews. And the fews. See, you set yourself up for that one. But stop using the buzzwords, man. The grass tops instead of the grassroots. It just stinks of like a bunch of talking points and nonsense. You don't mean anything that you're saying. Bakari, you don't mean it. Angela, you don't mean it. Andrew, you don't mean it. And we can tell you don't mean it. All right, folks, look, let me know in the comment section if you understand what I'm saying. I think it's time for us. The gloves got to come off, man. We got to stop letting them get away with the bullshit. Take off the gloves time. Bakari, I would love for you to come on the Tim Black Show. Have a conversation with me. If Sir Michael Singleton could do it, you could do it too. Your boy Van Lathan came on. You could come on too. So did Donna Brazile and Corey Bush. Come on. Shit. I want you to explain to me why a guy I've never heard talk about black agendas is now talking about them. Am I tripping? I know I'm not. That was you. If I'm not mistaken, you had harsh words for Ice Cube. As if there's ever a bad time to force the issue about black America. There's no such thing as a bad time. It may be an inconvenient time, but it ain't never a bad time. And that inconvenience is not for us, it's their inconvenience. And we don't give a shit about what's inconvenient for the Democrats. And if you ain't figured that out, you still don't know if you're black American or if you're a Democrat first. All right, I'm done. Hit me up in the comment section, folks. Let me know what y'all think. And you best believe, tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Torn and I will be having this conversation. Damn. All right, folks. Now, a few weeks ago, I mentioned Saga Metals on the channel, trading as SAGMF in the US and SAGA in Canada. This is a company that I mentioned several times on the channel before. I'm back to talk about them again a lot sooner than I expected. That's because some major things may be happening. A lot has happened in a short period of time. Major developments are unfolding, and it looks like they may have another home run. What they've done in the last 6 months may change the scale of the company. In less than 48 hours ago, they achieved 100% drill rate in all 57 holes, all ahead of time. And that's just the beginning. The company added $10 million to its bank account and put all that money into drilling entirely. This is adding fuel to an already accelerating program. You step back and look at what Saga has achieved in less than 6 months. The pace is hard to ignore. A 100% hit rate in all drilling at the Radar Project, an area being positioned as the largest titanium host in all of North America. A strategic titanium acquisition scooped from under $100 billion giant Rio Tinto, located in the same district as the largest titanium mine in the world. And just last month, the acquisition of the Wolverine Project, that project sits along the coast of the same billion-dollar Voisey Bay discovery, one of the most significant mineral discoveries in history. When you step back and look at the momentum that's building, 2026 has already been highly active. And the second half is going to be even more exciting. How can this all be achieved in such a short space of time? The reason is simple. America's supply chain depends on titanium. And that's why Washington has already committed $12 billion into Project Vault, alongside additional federal support aimed at securing domestic and allied supply. In less than 12 months, America's taken a series of critical major steps to secure mineral supply chains, including Executive Order 1421. In a major ministerial, it's bringing together 55 foreign ministers focused directly on critical minerals. As the U.S. and its allies move to secure the future, Saga Metals is positioning itself directly where the money, the mandates, and the momentum are flowing. They're exploring the exact minerals that sit at the foundation of advanced aerospace, next-generation weapon systems, and stealth technology, the unseen backbone of defense. And the reality is increasingly clear. North America needs what it currently does not have, and the direction of travel from Washington is becoming even more defined. Onshore it, secure it, fund it, and mine it. I'll leave you with this. One of the standout aspects of Saga Metals' achievements in the last 6 months is scooping another titanium project from under Rio Tinto, a company roughly 3,500 times larger by market value. This takes skill, patience, and execution. Look at the numbers, do the math. If you want to learn more about this critical mineral story, check the link in the description. A special thanks to Saga Metals for making today's video possible.
Next up with Tim Black.
Took me 3 years to get the solar turned on. Solar, something they want you to have.
But now they're taxing you, I think, for having it.
They are?
I think so.
What do you mean you think so? You have
I think,
to know,
I don't need to know about solar,
Okay,
I need to focus on making sure the moms are safe and the animals are not being abused. That's my party.
I know, but if you're the mayor...
the solar panels, that's going to be somebody I'm hiring. That's my deputy mayor is going to worry about the solar panels.
No, Spencer, I got bad news. If you're the mayor, you are going to have to learn some of these issues more.
Solar panels. We're about 3 years from worrying about solar panels. We need to get all the naked drug addicts off of the sidewalks, and then I can worry about solar panels.
But we can't walk and chew gum at the same time.
With the state of LA right now, the solar panels, you can spit that gum out. I love the idea of getting the drug addicts treatment and giving them job opportunities. And if we need more solar panels, personally, I think we got to investigate the LADWP, why you even need a solar panel. You pay so much money for regular electricity that we got to check why our rates are going up 10% plus every month. And we're not getting better electricity. Alkaline water is not coming out of our tap. So I'll get back to you on the solar panels, but it's a little, my totem pole is make sure people don't have home invasions every single night.
Right.
Make sure you're not losing your whole suspension because we haven't fixed a road. I'm basic. That's why I'm resonating. Common sense, basic stuff. People that are struggling to live in LA right now because it's so expensive and they're stepping in human poop, they don't care about your problem with the solar panel right now. But they may, once I get rid of the poop and I make it more affordable to live, then they may want solar panels.
All right, so as you know, well, you may not know, tomorrow they're voting in LA for a new mayor. Well, maybe. So the race is pretty tight. So I wanted to cover this because Karen Bass is so amazing, isn't she? Anyway, this guy, Spencer Pratt, when I was on a podcast with my brother, we discussed this. God damn, that's bad. I forgot the brother's name, man. That's bad. Jason? Anyway, we discussed this, and he kept mentioning Pratt. I didn't even know who the hell this guy was, really. I didn't pay much attention to this Spencer Pratt guy, but apparently it's kind of popular. Here he was kind of punching, Maher in the jaw, and I don't know if Maher was ready for it. It looks like he wasn't that ready for it. He rebounded pretty quickly, made it seem like maybe Maher was an asshole, which I think Maher is, but he did do a pretty good job of, jousting.
Nobody voted for that no more. We not voting for that. Karen tricked us. She don't get to do that twice. Now you come in here all the way to Crenshaw from the Palisades, and we all got something in common. Let's do it. That's right. Let's do it.
Okay. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. But apparently, Spencer Pratt went down to the hood. He went to Crenshaw and met him in the streets, and he's a Republican. So, yeah, Republican. He re-registered as a Republican in August 2020. He was previously an independent and remains one. However, the LA mayoral race is nonpartisan, so no party label appears next to any candidate's name on the ballot. So LA is kind of special in that way, where it won't say D or R, it just says your name. Isn't that something? So anyway, so we're in the final hours before tomorrow's June 2nd nonpartisan primary election. And you can hear that there, you know. I saw a couple people say that they like this guy, Spencer, that he has the guts of a Republican, of a new kind of Republican, where he'll go meet with black people. Well, shit. When was the last time Karen Bass went to Crenshaw? See, that's the thing. Well, Karen Bass is Latino black, right? Black Latino. But it doesn't matter what she is if people don't like her politics or don't like what she's done for LA, right? So what's Bass been talking about lately? Let's hear her out.
These are the times we need someone who understands government, who also understands the needs of the people. Someone who will go in the streets and gather the people together, not someone who will divide them. Karen Bass is that person. Karen Bass for mayor.
You know, I almost thought Samuel Jackson had a health emergency or something. What the hell happened to Sam? Sam Jack, what's up, baby? What's this shit? The most enthusiastic endorsement I've seen in a long time. Takes me back to some of Kamala Harris's endorsements. Like shotgun endorsements. What Curran got on you, man? He didn't even seem like he wanted to do that shit. He looked like somebody was twisting his arm, had his wife and tied up somewhere. Something's going on, man. Were you at some Diddy parties and Bass has the stash? What's happening, bro? He didn't seem like he was into it. I mean, we just saw the endorsement that Crenshaw gave Spencer Pratt, the Crenshaw sister. She gave him body. Come here, Spencer. Mama go cook you something. Then we go to Sam Jackson. He looked like he just woke up. Shit. I don't know, man. It don't look good for Karen Bass. And it's real tight right now, guys. It's a toss-up. It's statistically a dead heat. A three-way dead heat, guys. And I don't even know the name of the other person. I know it's a Indian woman, I think, right? Let's keep going.
I think that voters have a decision to make between somebody who has been bringing change in our city, reducing homelessness for the first time. Homelessness was only going up. Fast-track 42,000 units of housing, 60-year drop in crime, and much, much more to come. Or a reality TV star villain. And I think we know how reality stars make it when they are in government. And what's going on is not the best picture. So a reality star with no track record, I'm not sure he's ever had a job other than reality TV. I don't know if he worked at a regular job. I know he has no idea how the city government is run. But, or somebody who has devoted their lives to change and over the last 3.5 years have brought about change in some very significant ways.
You know, I don't think Democrats get it. The reason why Trump won is the reason why Spencer Pratt has a chance to win. And that reason is pretty simple. You ready for it? The Democrats suck so bad that people be willing to give anybody a shot except you. Yeah, they already gave you a shot, and you keep fucking up the shot. Yeah, you keep throwing up these humongous air balls. Sometimes you shoot, you don't even go anywhere near the basket. You're running the wrong way with the ball. Like, what the is going on? Yeah, so that's really what it is. I mean, you suck. You know, being at a job a long time doesn't mean shit. Being good at the job means something. And when you talk about the cut in crime or the cut in unemployment, did that have something to do with the fact we had COVID-19? Well, not COVID-19, or the COVID shit. Is that like, what year are we talking about? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out when Karen Bass did a great job. I never hear that. I never hear good things out of you, Karen. I'm not going to say I cover you that extensively. It's just I never hear anyone say anything good. Like, wow, look at the great job Karen Bass is doing in L.A. I never hear that shit. I'm just wondering why I never hear that shit. I mean, I covered you during the fires. That shit was unimpressive. You left the state. Who the fuck leaves the state during fire season? Fam, LA has fires so often, they have a period of time every year called fire season. And that's when she left, and that's when half of LA burned. Then she came back and fired the fire department chief or something. She should have fired herself. You knew it was fire season, motherfucker. But see, you can't say that because you're a Democrat. Whew. Thank God I'm not a Democrat. So I can say it again. You knew it was fire season, motherfucker. Yeah. I'm not saying Spencer Pratt is the answer, but there's only 3 of y'all, right? So it's Spencer Pratt or Kamala Harris's niece or you. And they already had you. I wonder what Karen Bass is going to do to try to convince black people to vote for her. What will it take? Yeah, nothing like a tweet about black people. My father's from Texas, and like many of his generation, he rarely spoke about what he experienced. I think it was too painful to share. Maybe just nothing. Maybe he experienced nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't too painful for my people to share. He didn't curse about white people being shit, about racist white people. I mean, I know my parents talked about shit like boldly. Your dad never talked about it, maybe because nothing happened, right? I understood later that my dad, my grandparents, and great-grandparents shouldered the legacy of slavery and institutional racism. How old were you when you realized your dad lived through the 50s or the 60s or whatever? Karen Bass is 70-something years old. How old is this tweet? Oh, it's an old tweet, 6/19/22, okay. I don't know why this is coming up now. That's funny. ADOS retweeted this. It says, there's a community I haven't heard Mayor Karen Bass address on the campaign trail. Oh, so she's not even trying. This is old shit. That's embarrassing. Hey, fam, I don't know what's worse. When they play you for stupid and try to pander to you, or when they do none of that. You just say, fuck you, and just move it. Keep it moving. And go after the Latino vote. I don't know which is different. Like, which what? Hey, you know what? See, Roland, I tried to tell your punk ass. Latinos, that's who they're fighting for. Not black Americans. Fighting for Latinos. Nobody wants to hear it, though. Karen Bass is out here pandering to Latinos. We got too many demands. All they want to do is they're just happy to be in the country. They don't need you to do shit for them, except let them stay. That's it. So she's looking for the easiest low-hanging fruit votes that are possible. I don't know. I don't see it happening. But look, it's knotted up. It's going to be a close race. I will be covering it. I'm not saying Spencer is the shit. Spencer Pratt. But the election is tomorrow. If no candidate gets over 50%, the top 2 advance to the general election on November 3rd. And then they have what's called a runoff. The incumbent, Karen Bass, is seeking re-election, a runoff is widely expected. Check this out. So Karen Bass, who came in 2022, right after COVID, is touting about, LA doing better after COVID. Well, yeah, a lot of shit was shut down in COVID. A lot of people lost it, couldn't go to work because of COVID. So you came in and you took credit for people going back to work and businesses opening up as if you solved COVID, motherfucker. That's what she's running on. Look what I did. The race is extremely tight between the three, with many undecided voters, and the margins are near the margin of error. So that means nobody's running away with it. It's going to be tight. Expect this to go to a runoff. Here's the thing, Johnson. I don't much like Karen Bass. I don't know her policies, and I don't care to know them. She's a phony. I don't like how she handles the LA fires. Do I like Pratt? No. But I can see why a lot of black people will be staying home. But here's the thing. LA didn't price black people out years ago. So the black population is very small. And of that population, so many of them are homeless. I doubt if going to the polls will be something that's going to be on the top of their agenda. Yeah. Black Americans are 7% of the population in LA, but they're 40% of the homeless population. And we got Karen Bass bragging about how great she's done with the homeless. You mean the blacks? Somebody go talk to some people on Skid Row and see how happy they feel about Karen Bass, how supportive they are. Some people say Pratt might take it, but like I stated, even if they take it, it's still going to go into a runoff. So yeah, I expect a runoff, no matter how this goes. Yeah, I'm going to be watching this closely. This is an interesting race. Let's keep going, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. Should the Republican win? Remember, he's a Republican, but he says he's more of an independent Republican. I don't know what that is. He's a former reality show star. I don't remember him. I never watched his shit. But if history prevails, if history tells us anything, he has a strong possibility of beating the brakes off Karen Bass. This is what happens. You don't take care of your people, then your people don't take care of you. I was wondering when she sent that. It's 2022, twin. Huh. Anything else? I don't even know if I got anything else. I think I do. Anybody here like Karen Bass? Think her policies are good? Think she's amazing or competent or worthwhile?
Next up with Tim Black.
Oh.
No filters, just the truth.
One of the points that came out of my dialogue with her was that actually a black baby is probably safer in the interstate of Chicago, than in the womb of his own black mother. And I think that that's actually a problem, and it's directly the product of what Margaret Sanger envisioned.
Full of shit.
Yeah, guys, shut your ass up, Vivek. Yeah, Vivek, he's about to get his ass kicked, right? And he losing. Yeah, see, he's trying to get those conservative whites to embrace him. You know, the ones that call him all types of racial slurs in his comment sections all across the internet. Yeah, he's trying to get back in their good graces. And you know how you do that. You start repeating all the talking points of the white nationalist types. Yeah, so let's focus on how much we love the blacks. If only the blacks would stop hurting themselves. fuckhead. Look, we've seen it before. I know what time it is. You one of those cowardly lions that's up here lying. Yeah, I'm not for, late term whatever, right? I'm not for that shit, but I can tell you this. I don't want to hear you talking about it. Your ass could care less about us. We know it, you know it, everybody knows it. I remember there were people like, I want to give him a chance, I want to hear him out. Stop being so nice. There's nothing to hear him out about. He's a tether baby, whatever, Nepo baby, whatever, what's that shit? Border baby, anchor baby bullshit or whatever, man. Look, Vivek is a disappointment to those people that believe in him. I don't believe in him, so I can't be disappointed. He is a failure at politics. I don't know why. Who was it who embraced Vivek? Was it Trump? Trump was just looking for a bump. And at the time, people hadn't realized that Vivek was actually running for office. I think they thought he was just doing backup dancer shit. Maybe they thought he was going to go be on 85 South or something. I don't know what they thought, but as soon as the prospect of him actually being elected to office, that's when the true conservatives came out. They were like, look, no, Dothead, get the hell out of here. And they came for him viciously. And those are the most dangerous people to us. That's why we got to stop being nice, man, because a person like Vivek, he shows you he has no core. And that type of person will do all types of damaging things to us to get in with his crew or the people he wants to roll with. He will sacrifice us to get ahead with them. If you think he can score points by throwing us under the bus, he will. That makes his ass very dangerous. You understand what I'm saying? Very dangerous. So now it's not the time to be nice and, we need to hear him out and just give him a chance. Nah. You got a chance right now. Your chance is to get out of our face with the bullshit. Too many Black Americans are too compliant, too what's the word for it? You're too amendable, right? You listen to bullshit like this. You wanna embrace people. We know what it's like to struggle, so let's hear them out. We don't want to be like what we oppose. Yeah, grow up. Grow up, Annie. Play in the big world with the big kids, mofo. Come on now. Take your training wheels off your bike. All right? Just take the Huffy over some smooth jumps. Let's see if your frame breaks. Your mongoose frame breaks on this shit. Listen, this is serious business. We don't have time to play nice, okay? Vivek is up here talking about, he's using talking points. And he probably got it from, what's the woman's name? It was with Trump. Trump got out of jail, so now she run around helping Trump. Then she went with RFK. Then she's I don't know. He's probably talking about her. I don't know who he's referring to about Margaret Sanger. Look, Margaret Sanger's a piece of shit. We know that, right? And the liberals, the Democrat liberals, they're a piece of shit. We know that. But this talking points, letting Vivek say horrible shit. It's like the Charlie Kirk thing. Like, they don't care about us. They just weaponize whatever they can, and then they want to condescend like they're doing it to benefit us. I don't need your benefit. I don't need your support, Vivek. Vivek has never supported anything that benefited Black Americans. He won't. Or he would have no future with the Republican Party. So we know he won't. That's the thing. That's why we have to turn the screws on the Democrats, because that's who we have leverage with. The problem I have is the one party we have leverage with, we also have a bunch of sellouts who don't want us to use our leverage against the only party we have leverage with. So we have one tool. We have a toolbox. We got one tool in that motherfucker, and they want to convince us not to use the one tool we have. All we have is a hammer, motherfucker. We have to use the hammer. And see, when I frame it like that, don't it make more sense? Isn't it pretty simple and plain? So when you got Roland Martin, Al Sharpton, and the Native Pod, and all these people trying to tell you that Tim Black and people that talk on these issues are too radical and we crazy and we Trumpers. We're not Trumpers, dummy. We're not Trumpers. What we are is we're tired of the Democratic Party bullshit. And I can speak for myself and I can tell you, my logic is there's only one party, the Democratic Party. That's the party that we have leverage with. You can't leverage a party you never vote for. That's stupid shit. You can't get a refund. You can't demand a refund from a company or from a business you never spent money with. Understand, it's pretty simple. But you listen to dummies on Facebook and people on TikTok and people on YouTube tell you dumb shit. We're fighting for Black America. We ain't got time. We're in our last. It's coming down to the wire, folks. It's coming down to the wire. All right? We don't have time for nonsense. We don't have time for you to be misled with kindergarten narratives. The facts are what they are. We have one party that we have leverage with. We got a group of people telling you not to use that leverage, to be nice. Fuck nice. We need to use the leverage while we still have it. It is going away daily because that party knows we have leverage. Okay? So they leverage their sellouts to try to shut us down. That's where D.L. Hughley comes in. That's where Whoopi comes in. You understand? Is this clear? Is it crystal? Like, are we getting it? I wish it was different. I wish it was not true, but it is true. We don't have the world we want to have. We have the world that there is. And this is the time that we live in. And this is the opportunity that we have. We take it or we don't. Let's take it. And stop being so goddamn nice. My name is Tim Black. Thank you for tuning in to the Tim Black Show once again. I want to say what's up to my Tim Black Wolf Pack, people that support the show. I love y'all for that. Thank you for your comments. And for those who cannot financially support the show, who can't go to Patreon and join us, who can't join us on YouTube or on Facebook, I get it. Share the content. Share it with a friend. Help us spread the word. It's important. Where my people at? A hammer works if you're working, Earth Angel. I think that's what he's talking about. Is her name Stanton? Angela Stanton. Because they just throw her name around, you know. I think that's who they're talking about. That's the only black woman I've ever seen Vivek hang out with. Either her or Candace Owens. You know what I'm saying? So, Vivek, you don't be rocking with black women like that. There's only 2 black women, right, that he's going to ever be with. Yeah, we were Russian boss, remember? Exactly, fam. I love y'all for that. You know what time it is, Sal. Marjorie Johnson said, be nice. Just be nice. Get in there, look, get in this hell, get in this ditch. Just be nice. Wow. Thank you, Senor. Senor Nedria? Well, thank you. We appreciate you back. Carly, what's up, Carly? How you doing? Willie, what's happening, Willie? What's going on, man? Have a great day tomorrow. Take care, all. You know it, rain and tears. I appreciate you. Who is it, Willie? My bad, Willie. Let me get you up here. When the opportunity presents itself, don't hesitate. That's all I'm trying to say, fam. We got to do this. I wish it was another way. Black Rose. I wish it was another way. But it's just, this is what we have. Dwayne. All right, so it is what it is, folks. Don't forget, guys, tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be here with Torrin Walker. He'll be my special guest, and we will call a thing a thing. Be here. I got number love for you. I'll see you soon. And remember, it's important. It's a must. It's vital that we stay bold, that we stay courageous, but most of all, that we stay dangerous. All right. Now, you know why I do what I do. I do what I do because I love my kids. I love your kids. I love us. And I've been here long enough to know right now is an important time. Where are my babies? Where are my babies? I don't know, Tim, where they at? Why my people hiding, man? What's going on, man? Oh, that's right. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Much love. Wolfpack.